Hello YouTube. Eric here on a bicycle ride in Verona, Wisconsin today. There's the ride. 2004 Gary Fisher Dual Sport 229. It's the first year ever of the Dual Sport. But I wanted to ask viewers today. Here we go. We'll get a shot of this. There's a landmark here. Let's see what that says. Verona, Wisconsin. Verona, wasn't that the name of the town in Shakespeare, right? In a couple decades. All the world's a stage. But I wanted to ask viewers, maybe get some discussion going. And it doesn't even have to be discussion on my channel. I'll put this out there and there'll probably be more people talking about it in the future. But does anybody remember when YouTube videos, just a short 9 or 10 years ago, were rated with a 1 to 5 star rating, as opposed to the current simple, what do you got? You got thumbs up, thumbs down, right? That's it. So 1 to 5 stars, you used to have 5 options. Now you have 2. And questions sometimes can make potent red pills for folks. So I got a question I asked Artie, if you remember that. Most people I've asked over the last 5-6 years have said no, they don't remember it. I did have a cool conversation with a friend the other day, and he remembered it, and he gets it. But I'd like to ask you guys another question, potentially a red pill for you. What if, I'm not saying it is, but what if this reducing the options there was the beginning of attempting to condition folks to have fewer options, just 2. And so in 2017, I was having this conversation out here in Verona. This is the first time I've ever worked a job outside of Madison, actually. I mean, I built some fences in like Baraboo and Portage and stuff before, but only a couple of days. I've been in Madison my whole life, all 40 years. But, so I'm having this conversation out here, the one job I worked 2017 out in Verona, and I'm asking him if he remembers the YouTube thing, and this millennial, he did not. But he then right away says, oh yeah, Netflix just made this change, like very recently, he says. And I said, whoa, hold on a minute. You know, I don't watch television programming, no Netflix, none of that stuff. But I know what it is, you know. I've actually got a friend out here in Verona that a few years ago, like around the time there was that Making a Murderer with the Stephen Avery, which by the way, that was Wisconsin, remember? I think I saw like a portion of an episode of that on Netflix at his place. But so anyways, I'm like, hold on a second, to this coworker. Are you saying it's just like Netflix shows that are rated thumbs up, thumbs down, like, dislike? Or are you saying this is like actual Hollywood productions, right? And he's like, oh no, it's everything, man. It's the movies and everything. Like or dislike, thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't know which one it was or if they're one and the same, whatever. And I was kind of shocked. I was like, whoa, so this is actually moving forward pretty quick now. So again, I'm not saying it is, but I'm asking, could it be? Okay, I'm just bringing this up just so hopefully people can keep life in perspective. You know, limiting options to only 2 is a way to manipulate, right? It could be. Or maybe I should ask that one. Could it be? Right? Sometimes statements that I make will really trigger tards, right? So I found sometimes it's a little bit easier. It's less triggering if I ask it in the form of a question. And as I said, man, you can quote me on that, man. I coined that phrase years ago, that questions can make very potent red pills. Because they can. I've got some. And as a kid, I asked a lot of questions as a kid. Man, it really pissed off a lot of adults, teachers and stuff especially. Yeah. Actually, here's a story for you. Going way the heck back to 5th grade, the teacher used to put like mental math problems on the board for extra credit. She's like, yeah, anybody that can do that, you get extra credit. And I just like raised my hand and just boom, 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 just get them all right. And the teacher got mad. She goes back to go get a special book off her desk because I just got every single one right in seconds. Like, she was like frustrated putting up new problems on the board. She goes, gets this book out, new math problem, and she puts it on there, and she's like, what do you think of that one? I just answer it right away, and she's like, okay, that's it, Eric. I cannot give you any more extra credit until you come up here in the class, and you have to teach the kids how you're doing this. And I just hesitated. I'm like thinking, I'm like, you guys can't do this? I do not even have the vocabulary to explain this shit to you guys. I'm like, I don't know exactly how I phrased it, but I basically was like, I respectfully decline that offer, and I'm going to take a nap now. Okay, I'm just going to put my head down and quiet time. Later that year, they forced me to be on the math team. To compete. I was like, no. They're like, we need you to represent our school against. Yeah, I remember that. They had a coach that was a different math teacher than my own, and I can still remember the coach telling me, she said, this person was telling me, do not ever look at any of your teammates when you're doing this math competition. Do not look at your teammates, and the second you are finished, put your head down and take a nap, go to sleep, because they are going to accuse you of cheating, Eric. You know what? I don't even remember what the results of that were. I remember taking the test, not liking it. No, I remember having to go to practice. That pissed me off. We had to go an hour early to school. And there's no way I'm going to get my parents to drive me to school an hour early. And so I had to go to like the neighbor girl up the street. And it was embarrassing as hell because they were like a real functioning family. And it just I felt so awkward just going there and waiting for a ride. And then the worst part about it was, I didn't want to be on the math team, and that girl that wanted so bad to be on the math team, and she was smart, probably a great woman today, I beat her out, and she wasn't allowed to the competition because I beat her. She didn't make the team. And that was horrible, because I absolutely did not want to be on it. And it's kind of seems strange to me that I don't even remember what the results of this were. I don't remember them even telling me, like, you did really good or you did really bad. I might have sabotaged it, but I don't even remember if I did that. Because there were most certainly tests I took in school, placement type tests, where I'd just be like, fuck it, watch me get I'll try to get as many wrong as possible. I might have did something like that, but I honestly don't think I did. But I probably just bombed it, I don't know. But it's very interesting that they told me, the coach told me, they are going to accuse you of cheating. You need to go, like the second you're done, put your head down, take a nap, cover your head up, everything, with your arms. That's what they told me. So, questions make potent red pills, folks. You can engage me in discussion here, criticism, ridicule, whatever. We'll use that to build. Or, you know, you can start your own videos on this, ask other people, or just marinate on it for a minute and see if, like, you see this happening elsewhere in life. You know, this could be relevant to politics, you know. You know, the DNC is going to put in someone that at least half of the Democrat voters aren't going to like. Could it be? I don't want to say that. I should say, could the DNC potentially fuck everybody over again? The RNC did it to Ron Paul in 2008 and 2012. interesting thing I heard about that too, in both 2008, 2012. I remember reading a couple years ago that out of all candidates, period, Republicans and Democrats, out of all the candidates, the one that the active duty soldiers, U.S. soldiers, donated the most dollars to was Ron Paul. Ron Paul was calling out efforts to go into Syria for a long time, folks. They're trying so hard right now. And my president doesn't want us going into Syria. Do you guys remember what Wesley Clark said in 2004, 2005? Democrat Wesley Clark, about how they need to go back into Iraq and then they're going to take Syria because you have to take Syria before you go get Daddy Bush's prize of Iran, before Russia gets it. That was 15 years ago. I see liberals like celebrating George Bush and Donald Rumsfeld on TV. Democrats. Whoa. Questions. Part of this little talk is just time frame, or time stamp for me. I can look back on this and maybe it'll get other people discussing stuff. Maybe it'll encourage people to go get outside and go ride. One of my favorite quotes of all time is Albert Einstein. He said, Einstein, he's just a small hat. But I like this quote. Look deep into nature and you will understand everything better. There you go. Oh, what's interesting? I mentioned this really quick since we see a butterfly. I saw some news today about how in Scotland and England, they have this once a decade massive amount of butterflies that come in, where there's just millions more than all other years. And they say it's once a decade. And right away I see that title, I'm like, yeah, right, that's not once every 10 years. Watch, it's going to be once every 11 or 12, so I need to read real close here, because it's going to, or red pill, question, could it be related to the solar cycle? Well, sure enough, you guys go look into that, go read that about those butterflies. They're predicting it happens this year. The last time it happened, 2008. Boom. There's your 11 to 12 year half hail cycle, and then the 22 to 24 year hail cycle. That's everywhere in life, folks. And it's strange that people pretend they're blind to it. I don't think people are really anywhere near as stupid as they pretend to be. But, remember that water tower right there? There's a Verona. All the world's a stage. A lot of folks are pretending they're more stupid than they are. But you know what? There's consequences to everything. Some of the people that put up that act where they pretend they're stupid, it's kind of fun to troll them and, pretend that I believe that they're stupid and then begin treating them as if I believe that they're stupid. And you know what? They don't like that. Even the people that act stupid, they don't want to be treated stupid. So just do it. Troll game is very important. My president. I'm a Gen X liberal, by the way. And I ride with Trump. Make America great again. Please offer all your ridicule you like. We will, I'll try not to chop your head off with spoken words, but sometimes, it pains me to do it, but sometimes when people come hard at me, we can use it to build, though. We'll build knowledge, confidence, direction, foundation. We'll build all that. All right. Good day, people.